This episode is sponsored by Anchor. If you're looking for a platform to start a podcast, you can start with Anchor for free. It is convenient to record your podcast on a mobile app or on your computer. You can edit and save your audio files. There are no limits to a number of storage, trial periods, and number of episodes on Anchor. It is automatically distributed to Spotify and other listening platforms. You can get paid with no listenership, plays, and downloads. Welcome to another episode of Bourey Weird Podcast, the podcast that talks about real life situations, pop culture, internet culture, and social media trends. I'm your main host, Alex. Call me Bourey J or Bourey. This is a solo episode. There are no guests for this episode. Let me cut to the chase. I don't think that I will give an introduction for the beauty community. I have not watched a lot of makeup YouTube videos because of drama. I know who has been in the makeup community before 2012. Plus I know some faces, so I can't forget where these people came from. I have not been consistent watching these beauty gurus in 8+ years. I feel good about it. I don't feel bad about it at all. I'm not going to apologize for saying it. I just don't know how to conclude it in one word. I just can't. If I can conclude about the beauty YouTube community in one word, I would. The more that I watch these people, the more likely I suffer from anxiety. I feel that I get gray hairs every time someone's name comes out of their mouth. I just wish that someone could have a zipper in their mouth so I don't have to hear them anymore. I'm not going to waste my energy for watching the majority of these beauty influencers because it feels that I am investing to watch unnecessary drama. Watching several of these beauty gurus is like watching reality television. It's like watching people get involved in an altercation after school. It feels that I am watching these problematic YouTubers get in a debate for election night. I get the vibe that watching these problematic beauty YouTubers is like watching a boxing match without the rules. Can someone tell me who can take them seriously? I can't at all. I cannot help how many beauty influencers are always being talked about. I don't visit their Instagram profiles at all. I am not subscribed to them at all. I do not follow them at all. I do not watch their Instagram and YouTube story. I feel that there needs to be calling out in the beauty community because there are many wrongdoings and we cannot accept it and condone it. I have not seen privileged beauty YouTubers be demonetized based off of their problematic past, whether that person was racist or that person did something that is hard to forgive. I hope that I'm not wrong about it. I hope that I'm not overgeneralizing it because I don't want to target all beauty makeup influencers. Majority of these beauty influencers refuse to take ownership in the stuff they have done in the past. I will discuss a little more on how they barely improved. Majority of these beauty YouTube influencers enjoy that privileged life. I wish that YouTube would do something enough to hold these people accountable. YouTube gave these people a platform to grow their wealth. Not all beauty YouTubers have that blessing. They may have money, but not enough money to spend freely on anything. We have not seen a lot of things for YouTube to punish these people. They punished Shane Dawson, but they have not done enough. I will go over Shane Dawson later in this episode because he has been in some major controversy. This is no means to dictate how YouTube should do their job. I don't work for YouTube as a staff member at all. I would have respected it if YouTube would give him multiple strikes before people call him out on social media. That is the prime example of why people lack awareness, where highly influential people are problematic. I have to say the same thing about YouTube too. I know that this stuff has been going on for years, maybe 5+ years. I hope that I'm not wrong about it. I'm very glad that I'm not part of the makeup community especially because there are people who will snake you. People are gossiping about other people. People are hating on other people. I don't have to worry about the drama when it comes to knowing these beauty influencers. When you see other makeup influencers featured in people's videos, people assume that they are cool and amicable, so they are friends, right? That is actually not what you think, because it is not the case. If I was an influencer and I'm collaborating with someone to record a video, it's strictly business, you know what I mean? That's it. I make it about the business and I move forward. We're not going to be friends, and that's the conclusion. The biggest mistake that they are making is to mix business with personal. That is why there is so much drama. You should never tell anyone your personal business, no matter who is in the same industry as you. Anyone can tell your personal business. You know, people do anything to use it against you. Blackmail is common. I don't like people like that. The beauty community is collapsing. I don't doubt that the community is still collapsing. I can't do anything but laugh about it because they did this to themselves. There's nothing I can do to help them. That is why I can't be sympathetic, because the majority of these people are shady. I'm wondering if several of these beauty gurus have a leg to stand on so they can work on fixing what they did wrong. I can't feel bad about how much the community is collapsing. Wait, not so much. There are people that I have called out a couple years ago because they have done some damaging, dangerous stuff. I would never spend my wallet on these influencers' products. I do not know anyone enough to be motivated to do makeup. I never spend my wallet on makeup at all, but I would buy skincare products, something that helps my skin. Even if I have a credit card or a cryptocurrency wallet, then I would not purchase makeup from a majority of these beauty influencers, because I know that I would not put a dime or a dollar in their pockets. I'm not hating, it's not for me. You can learn so much from tutorials, and there is a way to be creative. You could find makeup tutorials from compilation videos from Facebook and Instagram. I'm sure that I watched a couple of these compilations where I saw makeup tutorials. I can't lie about it. I personally know more people who can do better makeup than these hating makeup gurus on YouTube. I'm not going to name drop these people I know. It's the truth. How ironic can it be? The problem that I have with the beauty community is the majority of these beauty gurus are not creative. They act like their creative outlet does not exist, including their fan base. Or they just pretend that they have a creative outlet. Like, how much do you use your creative outlet to be on YouTube? Where is it at? Their creative outlet is the reason why they are so successful. If they did not have a creative outlet, then they would be nothing. In other words, they would not be where they're at today, for sure. I'm not sorry for saying this because it's the truth. At some point in time, some of these beauty influencers who fell off never came back strong at all. There are several people that I'm talking about, so I will talk about the most familiar people you have known of later in this episode. I mean, several of these people in the makeup community garner millions of people to know them. I'm positive about it. They're not focused on their creativity. It is just like, stay in your lane and stop worrying about other people. Is it hard to focus on staying in your lane? If it is, then eliminate what is stopping you from your success. Just stop being so toxic and negative. I see more regular people in a healthy place than these problematic beauty YouTubers. Wait, let me answer that for you. They're not in a healthy place because they're just gossiping about other people all the time. That is how I will answer that in a moment. I'll talk about the stay in your lane idea in a moment. You will see where I'm coming from. I will also talk about the well-known major beauty influencers in a moment, because they will always do anything to put their name out there. As long as they can generate thousands of dollars, then their reputation does not matter. Integrity means nothing right now. That's the sad part. That is the mentality that these privileged people have. This is very sickening. I would not want to be around those who does not care about integrity. I'm not making this a race thing at all. It is specifically privileged beauty YouTubers. I mean, they care about their name because their name is their brand. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. I'm sure that they care about their image, but not when they actually do something wrong. By the way, I have been searching this on YouTube, problem with the beauty community, why they are so toxic, and why there is so much drama in the beauty community. There is no argument against why these problematic gurus are wrong, and why they are wrong on so many levels. No one can argue with me about why the majority of these well-known beauty YouTubers are good, because there's nothing good about them. Please do not say why these privileged, problematic YouTubers are good, because I know that there's nothing good about them at this point. Some of them cannot redeem themselves because they just shot themselves in the foot by lacking respect for other people, let alone being depicted in such a negative way. So yeah, having lots of money should not define how much integrity you have, because money is the root of all evil. Money being the root of all evil is the reflection of these problematic makeup YouTubers. I remember what it used to be when I was on YouTube for the first time as a visitor. I can't forget the type of videos that I have seen on YouTube. I mean thumbnails that I have been familiar with. They're not focused on their craft the way they used to be once YouTube first existed. I think that there are rules that were not implemented because of bullying. I feel that people would get punished outside of YouTube because of racism. We don't see people get punished by YouTube because of racism and discriminating against people for where they come from. I missed old days for being yourself and not worried about trends. Right now, people are just profiting off of trends. That is the prime example why people are leaving YouTube, because their creative outlet is not good enough to pay for their hard work. I missed old days when there are no restrictions at all. No one has to worry about being in trend at all. You didn't have to worry about trends when you're on YouTube. There was no such thing as being a makeup trend when YouTube first started. I'm assuming that anyone's video did trend. I wonder how the YouTube algorithm used to work before 2011. If you were on YouTube before the monetization system was established, then no one was concerned with making money. I considered money absence the best part before everything was established to make money. Now we know why YouTube has ads. The ego thing is a major problem because people, including beauty gurus, bragged how much money they make. Till this day, people still brag about how much money they make. YouTube needs to generate money so they can let creators and major corporations upload videos. Not all major corporations work with YouTube to advertise. Back then, there was no drama. I'm assuming that it was less stressful because you didn't have to worry about hating on other people. The major things that were the same are the hate comments, likes, and dislikes. You are not tearing anyone down, so you didn't have an issue with people. You didn't have to worry about having beef with many people on the platform. No one suffered from repercussions for doing something wrong. In general, YouTube did not go after non-problematic YouTubers. I was never interested in makeup as soon as YouTube was introduced to me at a young age. I haven't watched makeup tutorials once YouTube was established as a site. I missed old days when there were makeup gurus who would consistently upload videos about how to look like this one celebrity to the next celebrity, and how to look like one character to another character. I don't see content like this anymore. That's sad. The best part about old YouTube was that You didn't gossip about people while recording yourself and uploading it to YouTube. It's very different to address someone in your video. I miss these old days. I don't like to admit this, but these things are behind us. Since people are worried about the trends, it's not enough to be yourself. It's clear that people are worried about the drama. These are the only people that I like in the makeup community, and their names are Michelle Phan and Promise Phan. One thing that I liked about Michelle Phan and Promise Phan is that they both focused on their craft when they first started on YouTube. They were not involved in drama with other beauty influencers, plus they both have the integrity to do something great. I respect that they both use their creative outlet to upload videos and do makeup. That's why I admire both of them. And I also love how close they both are, since they are family now. Michelle has her own makeup line and it has been successful, and I'm sure that it is still successful. In my opinion, Promise, she's very creative. She uploads one of the most creative tutorials on YouTube, and I still watch her. I watch both of these influencers over any other makeup gurus who have millions of subscribers, and I'm sure that there are makeup gurus who are not problematic. They don't cause drama at all. They don't care about the numbers. It's not enough to be unique when you don't get involved in some controversy. It is not enough to be unique when you do something outrageous for the views. And I thought that being unique was good enough to be popular. I think that these non-problematic YouTubers are taken for granted when they are not involved in some drama that they caused. I feel that these non-problematic YouTubers are being pushed to the background because there is more shine on the privileged YouTubers. That is what I noticed. They are not rewarded for the decent things that they have done. What happened? What happened when people are doing so good and people are not doing some type of dirt for attention? Like, what happened to that? At the end of the day, no one wants to be known for having beef with this person is abusing this person is doing something bad, this person is committing this crime, this person is behaving this way, this person was bad, this person did something bad to these people. That is not a legacy that anyone wants to have. That's not integrity. That's a bad reputation. The majority of these beauty gurus are not focused on their creative outlet because they focus on the drama. They just love money. We don't know how much money they want. They just love to brag about their wealth in their own videos. It is like, stop talking about your wealth and stop focusing on how much you're worth. I bet these certified millionaires are stirring up much drama to be on the Forbes list. However, I don't see a lot of them on the Forbes list or the Forbes article. I'm not saying that you are not worth talking about. There is much that is going on in your life, but you just don't want to share it. The majority of these beauty influencers want to get mad about being outed and having their private life being exposed. Well, you're the one that is sharing it with the whole world, so you can't expect people to do nothing with what you're sharing with the whole world. So you are not ashamed about being open to your fans. Then people start talking about it and you're just allowing people to know about it. So I would be ashamed to share my private life. Hate me all you want. I'm not saying that all of these makeup gurus are bad. It's the people involved that give the makeup community a bad name, especially on YouTube. They may have a terrible legacy if they want to continue to ignite some drama. They know what this means when they stir up some drama and cause a rift in people's friendships. Like, do they care if it hurts like a knife? Nope, not at all. Do they care if their drama seriously hurts other people? Nope. Do they care if their drama has severe consequences? Nope, not at all. That's very upsetting. It's about a bag and the check. They are obsessed with it. I'll go over the bag and check later in this episode. This is such a big deal in general. I wish that YouTube can go back to what it used to be when there was no drama and there was no money involved. I mean getting paid through Google AdSense. I wonder if the beauty community went back to what it was like in 2012 and there was no drama and money. If there was no drama and money, will people make it far to be considered influencers? That question is still up in the air in my opinion. Unfortunately, we cannot live in the past because times are different. YouTube is a business right now. YouTube can't go back to the business model from 2011 because they are sticking with how they are making money. Therefore, it needs to pay their employees. I predict that the business model of YouTube will change every year. I noticed how the terms have changed. Their monetization rules have changed recently, and I predict that it will change more. I will talk about the toxicity of the makeup community right now. Once you hear these people with a bad reputation, it's hard to admire these people. Every time I hear about these influencers for doing something wrong, it becomes hard for me to like them. They are giving us reasons to dislike them. I'm talking about Jeffree Star and other people. I'll go in depth about Jeffree Star later in this episode. Your first thought is, you look up to that particular YouTuber, you want the best for them. You have second thoughts about wanting to collaborate with these influencers in the future. You may think that you want to have fun with these macro influencers, let alone meet them in real life. I find it impossible to like these people because you don't want to be attached to someone with a bad reputation and bad drama. It's hard to come back from something you have broken and is hard to fix. I always felt some type of way, and it is not just for the beauty community, and this is just for me, and I don't expect you guys to agree with me. I felt that I would be problematic if I admired someone who have done problematic stuff, and I don't have the audacity to call them out for it. That is problematic and angrily upsetting, and I always thought that I would be problematic to admire someone that would do something problematic, whether they learned their lesson or not, and people formed real solid opinions about that particular person. It could be, that person does not deserve to be respected, or that person is negative. I always think about it every time the most problematic influential person goes viral on the internet. I don't know if people look at it as problematic. That is just me, and I wonder what other people think about it. You never know what will happen to you once you meet these people in real life. Things can become an issue when you become their friend. It's stressful to consider these people your friend because they be known for doing something completely wrong and everyone knows about it. There are some YouTubers who used to upload makeup content, then they stopped because they could not stand the toxicity, not just the makeup gurus, but the fans of these makeup gurus. I hear stories about how toxic it is. I can't blame those who had to quit but remain to be on YouTube for different reasons. I can't get mad at them for leaving the beauty community for good. It's possible to quit and do different things on YouTube. Majority of these makeup YouTube influencers are not meant to be public figures because they don't know how to take criticism, constructive criticism. They like to cry when these people get caught out. The problem with these makeup influencers is that they're not happy with where they are at. Numerous makeup influencers are slandering one person to another person. That's common. They have this attitude that they are in high school. You're grown. You just graduated from high school. You are not that young to be in high school anymore, so you're not in high school. They are not too focused on their success. You hear that people's friendships fall apart, meaning that they are not friends. People love to play dirty and ruin people's reputation. It's a problem because they think that they can get away with it and they find nothing wrong with it. At the end of the day, I have been told that you cannot win when you play dirty. That's true. If you like a particular influencer in the makeup community, then cool. Before you do that, look up their track records to see if they have done something wrong, especially if you are suspicious of their character. There's no price to research these people. The internet is free. Don't be afraid to invest in researching people's track records. If you want to start a channel, go ahead. YouTube is open to creating for people to upload videos. I don't have an issue with it. I don't have a problem with new people making a name for themselves on the platform. There is room for people to be unique and be creative. I would respect it if people stay out of the drama and focus on the makeup. As a matter of fact, don't start drama with anyone because it will hurt you in the end. Please focus on your craft. Just stay in your lane. That is what I'm asking for. If you want to thrive, then keep building your craft because it will take off. Have your own opinions and stop modeling off of other people's opinions. People are very quick to rip other people apart and think that what they say will not get back to them. It will get back to them for sure. Money is involved. That is one of the main reasons why people do not want to be part of the makeup community. You can tell that the majority of these people are not doing makeup for their passion. These people want to come up because they are doing it for a check. Since these beauty gurus get invested in so much drama, it is clear that they threw away the outlet to be creative and love for makeup. These people are very blessed with having a platform and creating their own fan base. They are also blessed to have a legitimate business or a company. They can make money for themselves and make sure that their business is active. You have lots of followers. Millions of people just buy stuff from you. I really see makeup influencers supporting other makeup influencers. Where's the support? Where are your friends? Who is supporting your brand? Have you reached out to the people to support you? Why aren't these people supporting you the way you claim that they are supporting you? I don't always see them uplift other people in the makeup community. It definitely says a lot about these people. I guess it is about how they like to take other people down. I came to the conclusion that one person may not be happy for another person for doing something big and being successful at it. These are the people you do not want to be around. You don't want to be around those who don't want you to see you thrive and succeed, but they don't think that it is enough to be happy when they have a following and a brand. I can guarantee you this, in the beauty community, numerous people just care about the look and they want the look that they always wanted. I'm talking about plastic surgery and keeping up with luxury clothes and designer bags and shoes. That is how insecure and materialistic these people are. It is very obvious that these people are not happy with where they are at. Are you forgetting where you come from? There's no way that you can hide these things, especially if you vlogged about getting cosmetic surgery. I thought about being an influencer because I thought that it is cool to get rewards. I'm talking about sponsorships and getting free things. For a short amount of time, I thought about collaborating with people that I admire, especially with millions of people following them. However, I liked some of these daily vloggers because they were decent and I respected the way a number of them carried themselves in their own videos. As soon as my favorite vloggers were exposed, my thoughts changed when I heard that they were involved in some drama that no one respects at all. If you're so focused on acting for drama, Why won't you upload some skits? I'm tired of you people uploading drama, especially when it is so sensitive, it's serious. Falsely accusing someone, insulting someone, telling everyone your business, blackmailing someone, talking about someone's look when you have your own insecurities. Wait, there's no way the majority of these beauty influencers don't upload skits because they suck at acting. Maybe these people don't take the time to practice acting. They need to take these acting tips from those who constantly upload skit videos because their acting skills are not on point. They just flop, in my opinion. They get caught with the fake acting and the lies they come up with. I'm assuming that it's too late for these people to learn how to act because they don't have enough leisure to learn. In other words, why can't you learn from the YouTubers who are currently acting in lots of movies? Again, they just want some quick money. They think that quick money is good. Let me tell you, quick money probably has bad long-term effects, so be careful with that. Quick money can be illegal. It's similar to the COVID-19 loan, small business fraud, crime cases. Recently, I got fired up because I found out that Jeffree Star applied for the loan and he got approved. I thought that it was greedy because your makeup company is not a small business, plus you own an $18 million home. What else? You built this empire and you have lots of employees working for you. You treat your company like Sephora or Anastasia, plus you purchase luxury cars. You're a millionaire from YouTube, so you're certified. I'm not knocking down his success. I'm doing it because I feel that he just wants more money, maybe quick money. I'm not hating his success and how he has his own company. In other words, he wants to benefit himself more. About the COVID situation, you're the same person who refused to distance yourself from other people wherever you go. People had something to say about this. He's not alone in this because there are several people who applied for these business loans that either had no business, owns a corporation, or had a business and purchased stuff that had nothing to do with their business. There are 500 plus cases about it. I'm not saying that he is doing anything illegal with the COVID business loans. It's about quick money and clout chasing. It's about the ego which he gets away with. You will never be a billionaire. If someone wants to be a billionaire, then I can't stop them. Not all money is good money. We hear cases that lots of makeup influencers are breaking the stay-at-home rule order. Well, they did, let alone social distancing. I know that it can be unfair because not everyone is able to go outside and be in large crowds during the pandemic. There are also daily vloggers who are exposing themselves to violate a stay-at-home order. Oh wait, they did. The majority of these big-name influencers on YouTube are a big joke to us. These kids don't see that at all. I'm sorry if you follow these people, but I'm not talking about you. Who would not be surprised that these people are so reckless? We were supposed to stay in the house so we don't get people sick. It's very disrespectful. You could have a virtual party on the screen. Like, why won't you have a virtual screen party on Zoom? That is more safe than seeing people face to face. I would have done it if I wanted to. That slows the spread of the virus down. I know everyone wants to turn up so badly. At least show some respect because not all hospitals have billions of rooms. Can we consider how much space these hospitals have and people are getting sick? These cases are rising. We are trying to slow the spread of the virus down. You easily spread it when you're in large crowds. Where are these patients going to be at if these people are tested positive? In addition, they are not good liars because they get caught easily. Do they practice how to lie at all? Probably not. That's why they suck at lying. They say that they're good at lying. My thing is that if you want to be good at lying, maybe learn some tips from those who are good at lying. I guess that the beauty community wants to lie so bad, lie to their fan base for money. I want to mention another thing that I noticed. I noticed the difference between non-problematic YouTubers and problematic YouTubers. This YouTuber made a commentary video about the beauty community. Her name is Jordan Teresa, and she broke it down brilliantly. One thing is that she pointed out how problematic beauty YouTubers have more subscribers than non-problematic YouTubers. In addition, non-problematic beauty YouTubers are not involved in any drama, plus they are not awarded for focusing on drama. It's very clear that problematic makeup gurus have more shine than the non-problematic makeup gurus. I see the gap between problematic and non-problematic makeup gurus. The sad part is that they have an advantage, which is selling their own makeup palettes. The majority of these YouTubers' makeup brands went left because they were accused of scamming and selling expired products. I know it's dangerous and disgusting. Jaclyn Hill has been the topic of controversy because she was selling expired quality makeup. Every customer was not satisfied with the purchase they made from Jaclyn Hill's makeup line because they felt that something was not right with her palettes. Jaclyn Hill has been the topic of controversy because she was selling expired quality makeup. Every customer was not satisfied with the purchase they made from Jaclyn Hill's makeup line because they felt that something was not right with her palettes. I can't get mad at them at all. There were red flags watching her apology video. She was verbally running around in circles that she had to deal with anxiety, depression, being in an abusive relationship, and divorce. You could have dealt with checking these makeup palettes to make sure that there were no other elements than makeup in these palettes earlier. I would have respected it if she did not sell makeup palettes at all. It sounds terrible to say this because she would not receive backlash for selling expired or bad quality makeup palettes. I did not like that she was bringing up personal issues, which is why she did not have time on checking each of the makeup palettes and made sure that they were safe to sell. That lets me know that she was mixing business with personal. She knew what she was doing when she was selling bad quality makeup palettes. They were sitting somewhere in the warehouse for 3+ years, I believe. I think that she made enough fortune to upload makeup vlogs. I'm talking about the amount of money she generated on YouTube all these years. I'm assuming that her makeup channel is monetized. I bet that she vlogs too. I think that she would live off of her YouTube income even if she was not selling her makeup palettes when they were not made. I would have respected it if she did not do multiple things at once. I do not like that she had her issues as an excuse on why the quality of her makeup palettes were bad. I was not buying it at all. Sometimes doing things simultaneously does not work. I'm talking about Jaclyn Hill. Then there is another female beauty influencer. Her name is Susan Yara. She was in hot waters because she had a brand that none of her fans knew about. Once her brand was established, it was not announced at all. In other words, she was misleading her fans because she was promoting a brand called Naturium. She didn't tell her fans about it. She did not mention that she works with Naturium at all. In other words, she lied about how she discovered it because she stumbled across from it. She caused so much drama, and people threatened to report her to the FTC. You know that it is another thing. Several beauty influencers being very deceitful, dishonest, and manipulative to their fans. She spoke out and made several excuses on why she did not tell her fans that she has ties to Naturium. She claimed that she did not know how she would tell her fans about having ties with Naturium. She also claimed that it was because of the pandemic. The pandemic stopped her from being transparent and open to her fans. I figured that it was a complete lie. I don't know if someone told her to say that or she's using the pandemic as an excuse for convenience. I have been keeping up with the story. I did not believe her excuses. I believe that the reason why she did this is because she wanted a check. There's nothing wrong with doing multiple things, not at the same time. Maybe she was ashamed to tell her fans because she was more focused on her personal brand. If she was transparent with her fans, then her brand would last long. I'm assuming that her brand is not lasting longer because most people formed solid opinions about what she did. I find that very unfortunate. I mean, what she did was illegal and she could have been fined. I mean, fined for thousands of dollars. In real life, this is serious, especially if you have your own personal brand. My thought is that she's allowed to do other things as long as it is legal, and it's her fan base right to know about this. So don't fall into that trap for doing something shady. I hate scammers and I hate hearing stories about it because there is no going back once you rob someone off of their money. I know that it's something that you don't want to be attached to. You have people in the makeup community who have been exposed for the stuff that they have done. They have done something serious and offensive. You got people who are exposed for making serious remarks about racial issues, and it makes me sad to see stuff like this on social media. Laura Lee got caught with making fun of black issues on Twitter. Her old tweets resurfaced. I'm not going to read them because it is on the internet and you can easily find them. Laura also posted offensive tweets about Asian people. Her tweets also resurfaced about fat shaming other people. Once her old tweets were exposed, then she lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Then she lost endorsement deals. Then you have Gabriel Zamora apologizing for his racist past because he did blackface and dropped the N-word in an old tweet. Nikita Dragon got backlash because she had old tweets that were problematic. Once I saw Laura Lee's apology video, I was very disappointed with her apology video. I was not buying her apology because I could not stand the fake tears. I could not take her seriously and said, "This is what you got?" She said something along the lines, "I'm sorry that I disappointed you." It rubbed me the wrong way. One of the biggest issues I had with her apology video was that she was not taking time to reflect on the things she has done wrong. She knew that she had old offensive tweets on her Twitter bio. Why did she not clean her whole Twitter timeline before all of this started? I remembered when this whole scandal of Laura and her other beauty friends came out, I commented condemning what she did because some blogger posted something about Laura Lee. I said Laura Lee was wrong for disrespecting the Asian community because of the comment about the shaved eyes. It bothered me because one person replied, who was also Asian themselves. That person replied to my comment. That person said that, "Oh, it didn't bother me because I thought that was funny." Well, my thing is this. It makes matters worse because you are offending your own people by saying what she did was okay. If your parents saw that comment, imagine what they saw what you wrote was wrong because you know how they would react to your response. That lets me know how problematic the response was. Back onto Laura Lee, again, she signed up to be an influencer and she should have expected to have trolls checking out her social media profiles. I don't go on Twitter anymore because I dealt with a lot of drama, so I deactivated my account. In other words, it was very toxic. I'm sure that Twitter is toxic. I mean, Twitter is a legitimate place to get canceled over something you have done in the past. People are always getting canceled on Twitter over the smallest things. People are quick to reply to others and send the most negative tweets. I blacked out for a long time. I'm not apologizing for leaving Twitter for good. Anyways, I'm honestly sure that she should not have uploaded that apology video because it looked very scripted. She did not look ready to admit her wrongs. It looked like she was making herself cry for the video. Part of me wants to believe that it is forced. It's possible that she was crying in front of her video even though it was fake tears because she thought that she could get away with her racist past and her problematic past of fat shaming people. She could have taken the time to think about what she did and then upload an apology video. It was not necessary for her to rush it. If she could not upload a sincere apology video, then don't upload it. There's nothing wrong with an apology at all. I have a problem that nothing is worse than the worst apology that we have seen over time. No one told her to upload an apology video at all. No one said that we will accept her apology if she starts crying. I mean, I know people who can cry better than her. I mean, that is no shots being thrown at Laura, but it's the truth. I hope that she grows from it and learns from it so she does not repeat them. I hope that she can take accountability for what she did to the people that she offended. In other words, she needs to take accountability on her tweet about fat shaming other people. That tweet was offensive enough. She needs to learn the hard way on how she can do better and not be problematic in the future. That would also include Gabriel Zamora. I could say the same thing about Nikita Dragon. I noticed how entitled she can be. She gets the body she wants. She had plastic surgery. She always wears latex clothes and designer clothes. She always wears designer shoes. She always pose near and on the luxury cars, including the Ferrari as well. The reason why Nikita Dragon is problematic is because she's always quick to take shots at people. I know some things she said that were very disrespectful and I cannot deny that. And my reaction is, can you chill and watch your slick mouth? Because it rubs people the wrong way. I got the I have no boundaries type vibes from Nikita. I think that the reason why she gets away with insulting and offending people is because she has that privilege. She has been problematic before. The thing is that I noticed that nothing has hurt her since she has been problematic in the past. I don't know if I'm wrong about it. That's how I look at her. I'm not always tolerant when she always has something to say. I feel that she belongs to upload skit videos more than she does with being part of the makeup community because she is always involved in some drama. Like upload some casual, relatable skit drama. That causes less drama when you are involved in some drama. That is the sense of entitlement I see with not just Nikita Dragon but with other problematic beauty gurus. I know that they're the worst at apologizing. I guess being skillful at apologizing does not need any certification. They just want to be perfect so bad. That's why they are acting so much. They want to prove that they are perfect. I'm not buying it at all. Every apology video I have seen from problematic beauty gurus are contrived. You may wonder if they had a script to know what they want us to hear. Did they have a teleprompter? Did they type on the computer and print it out from a Reddit printer? There's a reason why each of the apology videos looks so contrived. I don't know how people can believe the apology. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with apologizing. It's just that these people are doing something wrong and they will apologize when they know that they have a lot to lose. You may not have seen apology videos from no problematic beauty YouTubers because they're not the ones wasting their time getting invested in drama. Why can't we give them credit for doing something good? Where's the reward? Can you give them prizes or something? It doesn't have to be something huge at all. I will take a break. Be right back. am back, you guys. I will say that I never liked Shane Dawson from the start. As soon as he was hanging out with makeup influencer Jeffree Star, I was suspicious about his character. I mean, I did see his face before. I got problematic vibes from him, plus he gave me narcissistic vibes. As soon as I was watching him on and off, I was not feeling it, and I did not believe that he was recording documentaries in a genuine way. I figured what his ulterior motives were. I never thought that he would record a docuseries with Jeffree Star, Jake Paul, and Tana Mongeau. When Shane was recording a docuseries with Jeffree Star, his documentary showed Jeffree in a deeper light because Jeffree went into depth about his personal life. Shane was giving Jeffree the benefit of the doubt to discuss his racist past, the loss of his father, and how the loss of his father impacted him. I can't knock Jeffree for dealing with losses and other things he had to go through in his past. I personally did not know that Shane was racist until people shared old clips of him. I did not know that he was problematic. I regret not knowing about it early. Not to be hateful at all, I disliked him because he was working with a docuseries with Tana. Then he worked on a separate docuseries with Jake about his life. The problem that I had with him working on a docuseries with Tana and Jake was that they were both deflecting and not taking personal responsibility for what they were doing that was wrong. It seems that Shane worked with Tana and Jake because he wanted to steal their fan base to gain subscribers on YouTube. He thought that his subscribers would watch his channel, meaning that they will always check him on social media so he can garner millions of people to give him attention. You know that Shane was enjoying the fame with Jeffree, Tana, and Jake. Both Jake and Tana are both different topics, so I added them as details. I'm not going to talk about Jake and Tana that much in this episode. They're just details of how Shane Dawson was being thirsty on YouTube. I said I cannot be shocked when I found out that Shane is that problematic. I felt that he was putting up the I am a good person type persona because he expected that no one know about his shady past. Then he spoke on a podcast and made some inappropriate comments about underage children. There was a video clip of him doing something disrespectful to a cardboard cut out of Will Smith. The time the video was filmed, she was very young. She was 13 years old, so yeah, it is an issue. That is why it is a big deal, because you were disrespecting a child. He was saying the N-word and making blackface. What he did with the cardboard box cutout offended Will Smith and her family. The fans of the Smith family went after him and roasted him. Jaden Smith actually addressed him on Twitter. He grilled him on social media, and he deserved it. Once everything hit the tabloids, all of his YouTube channels were demonetized, and his books were taken off of the shelves from main corporate markets, such as Target and Walmart. That is what I know of. I did not know that he had books that he wrote. I believe that he uploaded docuseries for a cash grab. In other words, he did this because he also thought that he would get away with disrespecting the black community and other groups of people. He would make light of pedophilia. Not only he thought he would disrespect the black community, he thought that no one would bring up how he was both xenophobic and racist towards other groups of people. Shane Dawson thought that people would never know that he was racist towards different races of people, and I guess people were too busy digging up his dirty laundry on YouTube. Let's not forget, he disrespected the Asian community and the Mexican community. Not a lot of people brought it up. You know, the biggest issue that I have with him is that he never admitted that he was wrong. Therefore, you did not admit that you were wrong for disrespecting a lot of people. I mean, he disrespected people from different cultures. let's not forget that he disrespected someone that lost their life. And it's the same person that was shot, and you don't laugh about stuff like that. He was clearly joking about it. And then he was also called out for anti-Semitism because he was impersonating someone known as a historical evil figure. I mean, it was wrong and ignorant. The people that you offended, including myself, are never going to take it lightly for the stuff that you have done. There is a way to be funny without being negative when you upload skits. There is a way to be funny without being ignorant. I hate it when people think that it's okay to be ignorant because it's actually unacceptable. Let's not forget that he uploaded a skit saying some disrespectful remarks against the black community. I mean, he uploaded an apology video. He used the age as an excuse on what he did that was wrong. He said that he was young and that he did not know any better. The age excuse does not work because it does not matter how old you were. Age does not matter because it does not work to get free passes for doing something wrong. The real truth is that not all children are innocent. Another thing that I did not like about his apology video was that he was talking about himself and saying that he changed. He mentioned having a rough childhood and had some anxiety. Well, lots of people I know had a rough childhood. I know lots of people who had anxiety issues growing up. I have anxiety issues too. I manage it in my daily life. This has nothing to do with why he did something wrong. I feel that he is using the rough childhood and anxiety subjects as a way to drain sympathy for himself. I'm not knocking anyone for having a rough life. I cannot stand when someone would say, I would never do this, I would never do that. That is what he did in his apology video. If you feel that you learned so much, fine, show that you changed. The reason why people are dismissing that you said you've changed is because you're not a changed person. But I don't see any progress from you when you used to do problematic things in the past. Everyone knows that you did problematic stuff recently. Then he goes in depth about how much of a good person that he is today. I mean, I saw nothing but narcissism with his apology video. There's a way that he can upload an apology video without making excuses for himself, staying on the right path to positivity, go in depth about why he was wrong, and consider the people that he disrespected in the past. He was not bringing up every single thing that he did that was wrong. It does not matter how old you were when you did problematic stuff. You didn't apologize to the people that you specifically offended and disrespected. At the end of the day, you need to be ashamed as a YouTuber because everyone was going in on you, especially the Smith family. You need to be held accountable for what you did, so stop talking about your age, stop deflecting. He was not admitting to disrespecting every race and group of people. You know, he was making excuses for himself. I mean, he's apologizing for getting backlash for his racist past and making jokes about pedophilia, including using inappropriate terms towards children. There's nothing excusable with what he did in the past. I already saw through his intentions. Therefore, he is not sorry that he was wrong. I don't want to hear another word of what he has to say about his past videos because he refuses to take accountability for himself. I wish that I did not watch his apology video. I mean, I watched the apology video re-uploaded on someone's channel because I watched someone's commentary video. Racism is an issue and there's nothing funny about it. There are real cases of racism in the world. I know people who are taking it seriously, but these problematic YouTubers are not. Till this day, we are dealing with racism. Once you add something offensive and insulting to your skit video, then your whole skit video is null and void. It's never hilarious to begin with. In other words, people are not going to focus on all the other parts of your skit video. I'm not saying do not give benefit of the doubt, just watch the whole video and see if there's something wrong with it. That is how I look at it. I forgot about one thing because I was looking deep into the stuff that Shane did. Then I saw his tweets apologizing for his racist past. I'm not buying it at all. All he did was talk about himself a little more. On to Jeffree Star. I brought up Jeffree a little bit when I talked about Shane. I will discuss him right now. I have an issue with what he did because he is known for being racist. No one should forget that he used the N-word, and he was talking about how he would bleach someone's skin with battery acid. His reason for saying this cannot be good and pure. I don't want to hear his deep story of why he said it and how he said it. Whatever his apology is not an apology at all. I don't want to hear his clarification at all. There's nothing funny with what he said about bleaching people's skin with battery acid. The idea of doing it is very dangerous. He knew what he was doing when he said it. I remember that he made a public apology about his racist problematic past towards black people, and it was not an apology at all. I'm bold enough to say it. That says a lot about him and how ignorant he is. He is also known for the mistreatment of women, and it says a lot when he does not respect other people. I notice that he does not know how to take criticism. A perfect example would be this black beauty YouTuber named Jackie Aina. She uploaded an anti-haul video about who she would not support, and she said Jeffree Star. She called him out for being racist. Once that happened, Jeffree blocked her on Twitter, and it's like, you have no problem blocking Jackie, but you have a problem when people call you out on your wrongdoings. I'm sure that everyone sees who he is as a person because he's a narcissist who does not know what else he's doing. Another reason why I can't respect and support him is because he was behind the idea of slandering James Charles to be a predator towards straight men. So is Shane Dawson and Tati too. There were other people who were behind it as well when they hung out with Jeffree Star. These were the same people who were complacent to hang out with Jeffree, and he would tell these people that James was a bad person. However, that did not last long at all. The people who hung out with Jeffree are the same people that want to play victim and tell everyone that Jeffree is this villain. He kept bragging about James Charles being a predator towards straight men multiple times. This was before and after Tati uploading a video called By Sister. Tati ran with the accusations as well. I will talk about Tati later in this episode. There is a reason why Tati was problematic back in 2019. This comes from jealousy, and Jeffree did not like how he grew millions of subscribers on YouTube in less than 2 to 3 years. In other words, James is in his early 20s. He may be young but not a child anymore. He is also a grown adult even though he looks young. We are all familiar with how Jeffree grew on YouTube and where he came from. In case if you guys don't know, Jeffree came from MySpace, had a music career at one point in time, and chose to do makeup full time. His social media was not perfect for James. The problem with Jeffree's hatred towards James is that he was more focused on his success than he was focused on his growth with his own career. I'm not the biggest fan of James, but he is innocent for being slandered and lied on. Jeffree, Shane, Tati, and the other people behind these shenanigans sparked fake allegations against James. Remember, it was premeditated because they conspired to take him down. It makes the situation worse because the people behind it saw nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean. However, Jeffree was looking for a reason to ruin James' success and used that allegation against him. However, it backfired not only in Jeffree's face, it also backfired on Tati, Jeffree, and the other people who were behind it to take James down. It says a lot about these people when they get involved in some type of drama. I consider it payback to these people. The people that hung out with Jeffree are the same people who saw Jeffree who he was. No one can be shocked. They knew who Jeffree was when he was considered racist. Again, this is not about me hating It's not about taking away someone's success, it's expressing why I can't support a problematic person. In 2019, this was the aftermath when James uploaded the 40-minute exposed video. Jeffrey made an apology video towards James and his brother. However, it did not look sincere. At first, I felt that James was attacked because of Jeffrey scheming and plotting to take him down. Turns out I was right about that. Let's talk about Morphe. Morphe started out as a small company for a reason. Morphe had no business working with Jeffrey. I believe that Morphe chose Jeffrey to work with because they know that he has a large following on social media. Plus, they might have ignored his racist past. I mean, which major corporation would not work with someone who has a past for being racist, whether they learned their lesson or not? They could have found a better person to work with so that they can generate sales and have a good reputation. A lot of beauty influencers cut ties with Morphe. Once they received their own discount code, they discontinued their own discount code. They said, you know what? You're stupid enough to work with someone that is problematic. You ignored their problematic history. I can't collaborate with a company that works with a racist person. That is how they express themselves to Morphe. I respect these influencers because you don't want to work with a company who is already having a bad reputation. I was not supportive of the idea of Morphe working with Jeffrey because he has a racist past. At one point in time, Morphe was working with Shane Dawson, then they stopped selling his products. They cut ties with Jeffrey by discontinuing to sell his products. Major makeup companies such as Sephora, Anastasia, and other major companies do not want anything to do with them, including Jeffrey, because he has a problematic past, and I think that they are aware of that already. I respect these companies for not working with these problematic YouTubers because they know that they're not going to lose their money for working with problematic people. In other words, working with problematic people would hurt their reputation, and I don't think that it would hurt Jeffrey at all. I mean, he's rich. I wish that there were things that could hurt him enough to realize what he did that was wrong. His past is very irreversible. As soon as problematic makeup gurus are caught doing something wrong, all of a sudden they want to cry and play victim. I just can't stand people like that. I want to make a reference on a video where Dr. Grande responded to Jeffrey's apology video. He reacted and he formed some solid analysis. As much as I like his analysis on his apology video, it was uploaded in 2020. I saw nothing but narcissism and bragging about his personal life. First of all, this is not about Jeffrey being successful. Nobody cares about how much success you have and how many things you can afford. In Jeffrey's apology video, he mentioned that he was homeless, which is why he worked at a mall. Then another thing that made me triggered was that he was telling everyone to stop focusing on him and focus on global issues including Black Lives Matters. That is why he was distracting people from talking about his controversy, because he knows that people will stop buying stuff from him and he's afraid to be homeless again. He claims that he's taking accountability. Wait, taking accountability? I don't know if he was faking to take accountability, but he was not taking accountability of his problematic past. I saw no apologies, and I did not hear him say, I was wrong for all of the things that I have done recently. You know, he looked very scripted in his apology video, sitting in front of his gold couch, staying in his mansion. No one is in the background at all. I can't hate on his success and hate on the things that he has. I'm not ungrateful or anything like that. I mean, he has things that I don't have. That is why I stay in my lane, because what he has, which I do not have, is not important at all. You know, he did nothing but defend Shane, and when he was defending Shane for saying that he is a wonderful person, I felt that he was making excuses for his behavior. It looked like he was using Shane Dawson to conspire and plot on James again. I hate to repeat that. It gets worse every time Jeffree and Shane get together. I don't think that their friendship is real and genuine at all. That is my honest opinion. That is why people judge the both of them when they get together. It's impossible for me to believe that he wants to change and he wants to do better. My thing is, how many times have you said that? How many times have you said you want to be a good person, you want the people to see the good in you, you will not stop being the villain, you will not stop being the bully, the bully that you are right now. He's too comfortable to know that his success on YouTube will last longer. He's repeated that he wants to do better way too many times. All he has done is nothing but take shots at people and worry about other people's success. I just think that he apologized in his own videos because there are lots of YouTubers getting exposed left and right. Maybe he was aware that he had to make an apology video so that he would save himself. He also has a history of blackmailing people, and I don't respect that. And blackmailing people, it's a crime. Once people do that, then your history with blackmailing other people is a reflection on you. I have been told that people like Jeffree who cry one too many times, all I can say is stay in your lane and do your own makeup. Also worry about the company that is making you money because you built that foundation. That is what is helping you live. I may mention Jeffree when I switch to the topic about Tati. So I want to talk about Tati. I did not know who Tati was. I recognized Tati a little bit through the YouTube recommended page. I realized why Tati was recognizable because of her association with James Charles. I did not know that she had a brand. All I know is that she uploaded, makeup videos and primarily had James be in her videos. I want to talk about how she uploaded a 40-minute video disputing against Jeffree and Shane. I feel that Tati is apologizing because she saw that both Jeffree and Shane Dawson were being exposed. I feel that she was saying the wrong things in order to make people feel bad for her. She said that they both manipulated her to upload a bi-sister video. I did not like the way she was carrying herself in the 40-minute video. I can't buy it because she knew what she was doing. If you apologize to both James and Jackie Aina, why explain it in the exposed video and apologizing to them? You're not the first person to expose people in general. It was very unnecessary for you to make apologetic statements in this video. I wish that you could have apologized to both James and Jackie back then. If they accepted the apology, then why apologize to both James and Jackie on camera? Overall, she was crying. I cannot tell if she was actually being genuine on why she was recording a video. I could not see any tears. The influencer victim behavior that we see these days, people recording a video in front of the camera and start to cry so they can gain some sympathy in the exposed video. You should have said, I apologize to James and Jackie prior to making this video. Then you would have focused on what Shane and Jeffree did. At the same time, I wish that she did not hurt James' reputation, and it was wrong. You considered James your friend, he considered you his friend. I know why she was upset with James. It's because he did not promote her brand and she was treating him as a friend. I get that it hurts when you expect a friend to reciprocate. Instead of falsely accusing James that he was going after straight men, you should have spoken to him and said, you hurt my feelings because I felt that you would have been a friend if you were to promote my brand. I was the one that was mentoring you, so you were the mentee. I gave you many tips in order for you to be successful. I felt that you are cocky at times. You need to humble yourself. You owe me an apology. That is how she should have expressed herself way before the apology video. I'm not defending her. At the end of the day, she's a grown adult. That is how she should have handled things outside of social media. Not upload a video stating some false allegations that would have hurt James' reputation. He's not young anymore. I also heard that James accepted Tati's apology. This is no means to dictate what people should and should not do with their own friendships. If James and Tati end up friends, then I can't have hard feelings about it. I was also looking at it at a marketing standpoint because I wish that Tati understood the type of fan base James had when it comes to promoting her own brand. You know, Tati has more of a grown-up fan base. James has a young fan base that follows him. You know, millions of people follow him as well. Everyone knows that, you know, James Charles has millions of followers. But let me go back to the apology video exposing Jeffree and Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson reacted to it with his Instagram live video. I could not tell if he was acting. It could be possible if he was acting. I don't know. But the reaction was hilarious because he's the one having a bad year. It looks like he was entertaining people in his live Instagram video and he was moving around while recording. You know, he looked like he was having a panic attack and nothing shows that he was taking accountability for the stuff that he has done. By the way, I remembered that Tati says she's using the evidence against Shane and take him to court for being antagonistic. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. Forgot to mention disclaimer. I think that the evidence from Instagram and YouTube is admissible. According to Todd Grande, he did react to Shane's Instagram live video. It may take some time to come to the conclusion if the courts were to get involved. So far, I have not heard any updates other than Tati exposing Jeffree and Shane in her 40-minute video. I don't have a say about when they are going to be in court. Let me mention another thing. In her 40-minute video, she mentioned that the reason why she made her Bye Sister video private is because YouTube told her to make the video private. YouTube said that and made their platform look bad. It is not because she was embarrassed when James uploaded the 40-minute video with receipts exposing people. Once people watch the video, the same people who unsubscribed to him are the same people who resubscribe to him. I find it very hypocritical when you have several influencers being cyberbullied and no one has done anything about it. I will say this again. You have YouTubers, including the privileged ones, that get away with slandering and bullying people online, especially Jake Paul. Let's not forget, there are people who would get away with a crime on camera and not be handcuffed to jail. There are daily vloggers who have done this before. Leafius here is another YouTuber who was known for bullying people. He was making millions of dollars off of bullying people. YouTube has not done anything to hold him accountable. Ricegum has done the same thing on social media. This is the prime example why I don't like a lot of these YouTubers. They think that they are untouchable. I wish that YouTube would create a new set of rules. What Tati did with the Bye Sister video was bullying and she knows that she's wrong. Don't forget what she did was illegal too. Those are serious allegations. You can go to jail for filing false accusations against another person. You know, she can get in legal trouble for spreading these false allegations, and it's wrong. Not only you can go to jail for it, Shane, Jeffree, and the other people behind plotting on James should have been going to jail too. I felt that James should have sued these people because those are serious allegations. We know what would happen if James sued Tati Westbrook and the other people and took them to court for defamation. If you think about this, Tati did this like out of spite. If you think about this, what Tati did was very dangerous. She has millions of people following her. It may not be worth it to sue because they already made themselves look bad in the public eye. So James exposed these people for lying on him. The thing about these defamation lawsuits is that they're not cheap. They're expensive. In other words, they cost money. James already told the truth with proof. He had screenshots. Screenshots don't lie at all. No one can get mad at him for it. As much as James said problematic things in the past, he's in a good place. He's not causing major drama with anyone. He's not behaving like a high school student. He's an adult. So far in 2020, he has been doing his own thing. The main issue that I have with Tati is that she was getting subscribers based off of drama. People subscribe to her for it. I would not want subscribers for some drama. At one point in time, she was enjoying that success because she gained millions of subscribers. In her one video of exposing James, remember, she was gaining 15 million views in her one video. I don't know if she monetized off of it. Maybe she did. I don't know. I haven't watched the video on her channel. I wish that I knew, but she left it on and allowed the drama to happen, so the fault is on her. The people who were from and not from the beauty community attacked James Charles. That's not a legacy that I want when I retire. If she's happy with the legacy of gaining subscribers for drama, then she can't deflect from the things that she has done. It's possible that she will get a rude awakening. This was after James Charles uploading a 40-minute explosive video. Tati would tell everyone to stop. Don't attack James Charles after she privated or deleted the Bye Sister video. I believe that she uploaded another video telling people to stop attacking James Charles. My point is that she had no business uploading a 40-minute video saying some false accusations against James Charles. There is no argument for why she should have uploaded the 40-minute video, the Bye Sister video. I can't defend it at all. I cannot respect people who do something defamatory because what she did could ruin James Charles. You know, James was very suicidal. You know, he had suicidal thoughts. She made people believe, you know, the accusation, which led to some people believing it. That almost happened when people were attacking him. My overall impression was that I was very angry with her because what she did with the Bye Sister video was wrong and hurtful. I mean, it was very damaging. What she did was very sneaky. She had no proof that supported her claims. I was looking at what she did and it reminded me of why I can't trust too many people in my life. I'm sure that people have trust issues. You know, therefore you can't play victim when you do something wrong. Right now, she's not happy because she's not getting the amount of views she once gained. In other words, she cannot enjoy that success. It's very true because you can visit her channel and she doesn't get millions of views for every video that she uploads right now. I'm not knocking her. I checked that she lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I feel that the only reason why she was gaining subscribers was because of James Charles. I'm talking about before she asked James Charles to promote her brand and the drama happened. Without James Charles, she would be nothing. I'm being real because I know why Tati's on YouTube. He was the mentee and Tati was the mentor. It is good that nothing killed James Charles because he was innocent in this. Since I made it clear that I was not feeling the apology, I know that I can word the apology better than how she worded it. Again, there are certain things that she did not need to say. There are some things that she should have said because I felt that she should have been straight to the point. That's all I have to say about Tati. I'm not surprised to see the majority of these makeup gurus to be the topic of controversy. I do not know what the future for the majority of these people will be like. It's hard to hope for the best because they have been through this too many times when they have a dark past of offending people. It's easy for us to look at the majority of these beauty gurus in a negative light than to not portray them every time their names pop up in a positive way. I can't say anything about these people, so I already said enough. What I learned from these people is that you can't tell anyone your secrets. There's so much I can take away from everything that has happened. I'm sure that you guys can too. I feel that I learned so much because the majority of these beauty influencers showed their true colors. That is not just the beauty community. It could have been anybody at all. When someone shows you their true colors, believe it. Once you believe it, you feel better after knowing their true colors. Plus, you cannot be comfortable allowing people in your house. Like I said, you should never mix business with personal. You are jeopardizing your friendships and it goes out the window quickly. I wish that people know this by now. I'm not surprised to see the majority of these makeup gurus to be the topic of controversy. I do not know what the future for the majority of these people will be like. It's hard to hope for the best because they have been through this too many times when they have a dark past of offending people. It's easy for us to look at the majority of these beauty gurus in a negative light than to not portray them every time their names pop up in a positive way. I can't say anything about these people, so I already said enough. What I learned from these people is that you can't tell anyone your secrets. There's so much I can take away from everything that has happened. I'm sure that you guys can too. I feel that I learned so much because the majority of these beauty influencers showed their true colors. That is not just the beauty community, it could have been anybody at all. When someone shows you their true colors, believe it. Once you believe it, you feel better after knowing their true colors. Plus, you cannot be comfortable allowing people in your house. Like I said, you should never mix business with personal. You are jeopardizing your friendships and it goes out the window quickly. I wish that people know this by now. So people would not have to worry about it later. Let me put it this way. People could plot against you without you thinking that they will not do certain things to you. I say that it is important to keep your guard up because you don't want to be in danger. You want to be safe and not be the center of someone else's mess. The worst thing that can happen to you is being accused of something you did not have anything to do with. This is what happened in the beauty community on YouTube. Today we have to watch people because you never know what people are up to. I believe in karma. Things are going to come back and bite you back. Never bite the hands that feed you. That's what I learned about taking your blessings for granted. Therefore, they are biting the fans' hands because they're the ones that are offending the majority of their fan base that were offended by their past actions and remarks. Let's not forget that these fan bases are the ones that help these influencers gain opportunities that is benefiting them. You know what? No matter what opportunity that was snatched from these problematic beauty YouTubers, they're always going to live regardless. They're not going to care if they are biting the hand that feeds them. That's exactly what happened with the majority of these makeup gurus. I'm sure that the majority of these makeup gurus would be nothing if they were not on YouTube. That's just how I look at it. I don't know when several of these makeup gurus are going to come to their senses and say, you know what, I messed up and it matters that I hurt your feelings. I'm very sorry that I hurt your feelings. I was wrong. I wonder if they're going to realize that they hurt their fan base, especially a number of these people who were offended by their old tweets and remarks. You know, again, they just said some racist remarks. I can't be too quick to determine the future for these people. No one can. We will see where it goes. Let me go in depth about where the majority of these beauty influencers started from and why they came from the bottom. Remember, Jeffrey was famous on MySpace. Shane Dawson uploaded some vlogs and skits on YouTube, and the other amount of beauty influencers were uploading content on Instagram, not YouTube. I might be wrong about that. Some were consistently uploading makeup content. That's what I can say. If several of these beauty influencers were not famous for starting from the bottom, they would be nothing. That's the truth. No one would know that they existed on social media. Even if they existed and they were not famous for starting from the bottom, they would not get the views that they have gained throughout the years. Without their ability to do makeup and recording videos, they would be nothing. I can't determine where the majority of these privileged makeup influencers would be at if their platform was snatched from them. Nothing is secure in the future for them. I guess that they don't have a backup plan if they can't do YouTube anymore. They would work for someone, which is why the majority of these privileged makeup gurus are maintaining a particular expensive lifestyle. Not everyone can afford to live a particular lavish lifestyle. I can't. They know that they will not maintain a particular lifestyle if they did not continue to make money with controversy. It's like you need to be yourself and stop discarding your own creative outlet. You can't throw away your creative outlet because it's the one thing that gives you an advantage to be creative. I'm just keeping it real. I just don't like it when people forget where they come from. It stems from having a big ego and being narcissistic at times. I don't know how I would feel if I had a huge following. I don't know how these people got to where they are at without taking constructive criticism. If you feel that some of these criticisms are nothing to you, then let it fly, because there's less drama when you let it go and you don't let it get to you. I don't know if these beauty influencers will be held accountable for being money hungry, but we don't see consequences for several beauty influencers to bring people down. That's not okay. I see that it's an issue with the makeup community on YouTube. It's very clear that several beauty influencers see controversy to benefit themselves, not their creative outlet. They define it to be useless. Being controversial is useful in their full-time job. If you like to talk about controversy, then why not start a commentary YouTube channel and go in depth about how much controversy you were in the past. Maybe write some tips on how to be controversial. You can write a book about it and profit off of that. The problem lies when they either forget that they have a creative outlet or they pretend that they were on YouTube without a creative outlet. I came to the conclusion that creative outlets are a rarity. That is a huge part of the problem. When people are in the makeup community, I generally respect people when they use their creative outlet to get far in life, not to find drama as an outlet. How are the majority of these beauty influencers going to do better after their old tweets have been exposed? How is Shane Dawson going to do better after old problematic videos of him surfacing on the internet? People dig deeper into his old past. I wonder if Jeffree Star is going to change his combative ways. I don't think that it would make a difference because everyone formed solid opinions of him. At this point, it's going to be hard for people to work with Jeffree on a business level. Personally, he has not done anything to me. This is a means to address several of these problematic beauty YouTubers. I have a lot to say. Okay, at the end of the day, a lot of your fans are not on the same tax bracket as you. No one is hating on how much money you have in your bank account. No one wants your money. Your fans are the reason why you became millionaires off of YouTube. No one is above you. No one is underneath you. You may be on a higher level, but I would respect it if you were to humble yourself. Don't forget what is important in your life. Humbling yourself goes a long way. I promise you that there are good results when you humble yourself. You know, people who talk the loudest end up with bad results, so that's annoying. You may not get far when you talk so much. That's what you are, the people that just love to bark in their own videos. I know several of you are so obsessed with building your wealth so you can be a quote-unquote self-made billionaire. At the end of the day, if integrity is more important than controversy, then why not invest in the stock market, invest in bonds or real estate? That is more legal than get involved in some drama and someone has the audacity to sue you. Nothing is more terrible than to have a bad reputation. I suggest that you take a break from YouTube and reflect on why your name is on the tabloids. I don't mean stop working for a living. I mean stop uploading videos on YouTube and reflect on yourself. The best apology that you can make is thinking about what you did wrong and working on fixing it, and results don't happen overnight. Work on a better you and avoid things that stops you from progressing. If the people you apologize to do not believe that your apology is sincere, then don't stress it. Don't force them to accept the apology and get mad about it. except that they already made a solid stance. Your job on social media is what is helping you live. No matter how much the majority of these problematic beauty gurus changed for the better, no makeup corporation will work with you at all. That's what I have to say. I don't know if these people are going to stop getting involved in some drama. I get tired of hearing about drama because someone argues over the smallest things. That's what I always noticed in the makeup community once I became relieved that what the majority of these problematic beauty gurus did was wrong. I got to see their true colors. Everyone got to see that, right? If these people do not want to change because their malicious actions impacted people in such a negative way, you can't force someone to change because they are unwilling to change. I think that the best way for the problematic makeup gurus to change is to learn and educate themselves. Start giving respect to the people that they disrespected, stay in their lane, and stop boasting about doing something good. They should also stop bringing up issues to be liked and pleased, and to be pleased. I'm just tired of the apology because the words that come out of their mouth does not work. I just don't like the context they use because it does not make sense for them to apologize. It does not mean anything. I don't want these people to come back and apologize later on. Time will tell, so no one can determine the future for these people. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Bourey Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow this podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, and Anchor.fm.